the famous dialect Busan 사투리. And that's when I knew Busan was going to be my second home. I grew up so much in Busan that I even mentor other students from Indonesia to help them with their Korean and life in Busan. When I teach them Korean, I sometimes see myself using 사투리. Looking back, I remember struggling to understand what my professors were saying because they were using 찐 Busan 사투리, you know, the real Busan dialect. But I think that's what makes Busan more of my home. Through the dialect, I feel the warm charm that no other city can mimic. Global City Busan. We are in it together. This campaign is brought to you by BEFM Busan 영어 방송.
The time is now 7 o'clock.
Anyone who knows anything about South Korea knows this. We take education really seriously. With the backdrop of the College Scholastic Ability Test, or the CSAT, happening today, we've been hearing about these artificial intelligence or AI-related cheating scandals from the prestigious so-called Sky universities, namely Seoul National, Korea, and Yonsei universities over the past few days. And it's ironic that test takers today will be striving to do their best on an exam that will hopefully get them into their dream schools, many of which are these top universities that have been making headlines for all the wrong reasons lately. I certainly hope that, at least for today, that we can concentrate on sending our well wishes, our good vibes, all the luck in the world to the test takers. I'm Catherine. This is Morning Wave in Busan on Thursday, November 13th on BEFM 부산 영어 방송. Good morning, wavers out there. I hope you're all doing well. You know, it's that day. We've been counting down to this day. It's a clear morning, and I'm talking, both the skies and the roads, as the country is just a little over an hour away from the start of the 2026 College Scholastics Ability Test, or in Korean, we call it the 수능. And I can already see on our board, on our YouTube board, the chat room, people are definitely thinking about the 수능. We have so many messages coming in already, and I feel that it's just kind of this collective test taking today. And the country is going through the exam because it just feels like we are like one unit right now. Public institutions have delayed their start of work to 10 a.m. this morning to clear the roads of the usual morning commute so that test takers can get to their sites on time. And by the way, if you're running late this morning, you can call 112 or 119, the emergency numbers, to get a police escort to your test site. Please make sure you bring your test slip and a photo ID, not a mobile one. But if you lost or left your test slip somewhere for any reason, take your ID and a copy of the same photo you used for your test slip to the test management center at your test site by 8 a.m. this morning to get one issued. And even if you don't have a photo, you can still get a temporary slip issued. And of course, this country, we're going to be suspending all flights except for emergencies for 35 minutes between 1:05 and 1:40 p.m. during the English listening portion of the exam. This is something that I know many non-Koreans might find a little entertaining, maybe amusing, maybe even a bit puzzling. But I think this goes to show you symbolically and just realistically how the entire country is trying to support these test takers as they go through one of the most stressful days of their young lives thus far. And a lot of last bit of good news is we don't have the 수능 chill as it is a crisp fall morning, but there is still a bit of a temperature difference. So yes, especially if you are a test taker or you're the parent of a test taker, I'm sure you already know, but to dress your child in layers so you can, they can take off or put on layers accordingly. And once again, we're going to be there for the test takers in spirit, hoping, of course, for the best for all of them. And a big pat on the shoulders for the parents, guardians, parental figures, and teachers. Let's not forget the teachers as well. So today, in line with the 수능, our text topic is all about them today. So continue to send us messages of encouragement for the test takers today. 오늘 수험생들을 위한 응원 메시지를 받아볼게요, 오늘은요. And we have one already that, we have several, by the way, but I'm going to read one in particular. 자, this is from 박정민님. 아들 수능 보러 가서 5시부터 일어나 도시락 다 싸놓고 기다린다. 아들 불평 불만 뚝 세상은 희망이라는 가치로 발전해 왔잖아. Oh, I'm gonna tear. Okay. I normally don't cry, but it's like one of those days. 너도 그런 세상 속으로 뛰어들어. Okay. Kat does not cry, but I'm tearing already. Basically, they are cheering on their son, packing, their son's lunch. And I feel like this is like the feeling that not just parents, we have our PD님, she's crying already, and she does not have a child. But she doesn't. She doesn't have a child. But that's how we feel today. We're all the parents and the aunties and the uncles today. And my youngest actually is 고3 too. And, for each student or test retaker, there are different paths to higher education if you choose to go that way. But today, it's just one of those days. We have the butterflies collectively today. All right, so you know what to do. You can send your messages just like 박정민님. Oh, 아드님 화이팅. All the sons and daughters and sisters and little brothers out there. Woo! And I promise I will not tear up again. I'll try not to. You can send in your messages through YouTube's our live chat. We have a very lively stream going on. 부산 영어 방송 or BEFM. Type that in to find our channel. Subscribe, and then you can log in to chat with our other waivers. From your phone, pound 9050 shop 9050. That's going to cost you 101. You can also reach me for free through Kakao Talk, and I'll be checking all the various messages through the various platforms to check all your messages today. Same thing there. You got to type in BEFM or 부산 영어 방송 to add us as a friend first. And we're all friends here, are we not? We're family at this point. So send in your messages too. The ways you can tune into Morning Wave in Busan. Like I said, we're streaming live on YouTube right now. You can watch again at your leisure. If you're on the radio, maybe you're taking your test taker to their site. Well, 90.5 or 103.3 FM as well. You can download the BFM app or the Papang app as well. So there you go. Various ways to listen to us. And, what a great way just to kind of unwind and get the blood flowing on this 수능 morning. So first up in hour number 1, we have Ask Dr. Ryu with Dr. Ryu Sang-hyo. And then in hour number 2, we have Vasana for Buzz Breakdown for our special interview. It's all about the 수능 today, right? The college scholastic ability test. So how do we mentally prepare before the test and also after? So we're going to get an expert's take on this because regardless of how your loved one does today, we need to know what to say and how to kind of behave after the exam too, because remember, not everyone is going to get a perfect score. So we're going to tackle this in hour number 2. I'll be back with news overview. It is now 7:08, and this is News Overview. 2026 CSAT set to take place. The College Scholastic Ability Test, or 수능 for the 2026 academic year, will take place today across 1,310 test sites nationwide. acting prosecutor general resigns over Daejangdong decision. Acting prosecutor general No Man-seok announced yesterday that he will resign following backlash against the prosecution's decision not to appeal the Daejangdong land development case. South Korea maintains support for UN resolution on North Korean human rights violation. South Korea, along with 40 other member nations, has signed its name onto a United Nations resolution condemning North Korea's human rights violations despite the Lee Jae-myung administration's policy of easing tensions with Pyongyang. Special counsel requests arrest warrant for ex-Prime Minister Hwang Yo-an. The Cho Won-seok Special Counsel has requested an arrest warrant for former Prime Minister Hwang Yo-an after they detained him on charges of inciting an insurrection following ex-President Yoon Suk-yeol's martial law imposition. UN issues dire warnings over aid and hunger in Sudan. A United Nations organization on migration said that the humanitarian situation in North Darfur is on the brink of collapse following a paramilitary group's capture of the area last month. And this was News Overview. It's time for Now in Busan. We have Sejin in the studio. Let's say hi first. Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, it's an eventful day. It's that time of year where, many parents, they head to temples or churches, or they're just praying internally for, the success of their child, etc., right?
Yes.
So do you have any messages of encouragement or anything you would like to say to test takers? Because you're, awfully still young, relatively young. So I'm sure you kind of understand how the test takers are feeling today.
Yes. You got this. And you will slay, of course. And just show what you're made of. And it's not the end of the world if you fail the test. And you have another big happiness ahead of you.
Right. Because definitely, I don't want our test takers to think this is the end-all, be-all. There's definitely lots of things to look forward to.
Yes.
So thank you for that, the word of encouragement. So once again, today we are marking this very important day, the 2026 College Scholastic Ability Test, the CSAT, 수능, happening across the country today, right?
Right. This year, about 73,000 students in Busan, Ulsan, Gyeongnam region are taking CSAT. All the exam places open up early, and students must be in there by 8:10 in the morning with their test slip and ID. All electronics are banned, like phones, smartwatches, tables, earphones, portable batteries. If they catch them during the test, you're out, unless you hand it to the supervisor before the first session starts.
That's right, because students have all of these devices, especially the tablets and whatnot, so they are banned. And there will be a lot of nervous faces at the gate. So what is the schedule like today?
It starts at 8:40 a.m. with Korean, followed by math, English, Korean history, an elective subject, finally second foreign languages. And by the time they wrap up around 5:45 in the evening, they are done.
Yes.
And just to heads up, if they skip the Korean history part, the whole exam gets invalidated. So they definitely shouldn't miss that.
That's right. So what about transportation in Busan? What's going on?
Extra buses 6 to 8:10 a.m. and public institutions and companies with more than 50 employees will start work 1 hour later at 10 a.m.
Yes.
They're also lifting weekday driving restrictions and making some toll roads free during rush hour to ease traffic.
Yes, so this is, of course, not just for Busan, across the country, but it does sound like the whole city is pitching in to help the students get there on time to their respective test sites. I also hear that there's growing concern after a series of bomb threats targeting schools nationwide. So how are authorities preparing for this?
The Busan City Office of Education is being extra careful today because it's CSAT day. They're saying if anything suspicious and threat come up, they will let the police know right away and decide if they need to pause the exam or even evacuate.
Yes.
They have implemented safety measures such as minimizing entry route and closing unnecessary access point. Police also shared key information including cases involving impersonating Japanese lawyers, which account for the largest share of such crimes, to keep people alert.
Yes, and these threats have been coming in quite frequently.
Yes, there have been about 100 bomb threats this year. 30 of them aimed at schools. The education office making sure they would keep exam sites safe as the top priority and responds firmly to any threat.
Yes, so of course, we're hoping that everything runs very smoothly today. So once again, good luck to the students and test takers out there. All right, let's move on. We're going to talk about Busan Smart City technology getting noticed on the world stage, this time in Barcelona, Spain.
Yes, Busan joined this huge event in Barcelona called Smart City Expo World Congress from the 4th to the 6th local time. The biggest global meetup where cities and companies all share their coolest smart city ideas.
Yes, so what was the Congress about?
It exhibited cutting-edge smart technologies, export consultation programs, and international conferences. And Busan got to show off what they did at their own Smart City Expo in Mexico last July, and the first one ever run by a local government. And they also got people excited about next year's Busan edition.
Oh, and I hear local companies, they did pretty well, right?
Yes, local firms like Lowen Korea, SB Safety showcased all sort of smart tech for transportation, safety and environment, and ESG management. Together, they achieved over $4 million in business consultation result.
Yes, yes. So it does look like Busan is taking its smart city vision to the world, which is great, right?
Yes.
All right. Next, this story. Police have uncovered two major criminal rings that were supplying fake bank accounts to scam groups in Cambodia.
Yes, Busan police have arrested 48 people who are involved in handing out these so-called borrowed name account to criminal groups behind a scam in Cambodia.
Right. So how did they operate this?
They recruited people online, offering something like 10 million won per bank account and 20 million for a crypto account. Then they meet these recruits in person, get a transport app on their phones, and fly them off to Cambodia.
Yes.
Once they got there, local gang members took the phones and OTP cards and used them for scams.
Right. So the reports say a few of the recruits, they came back to Korea when they were caught.
Yes, when some of these accounts got frozen during investigations, a few of these recruits came back to Korea and tried to avoid punishment by falsely claiming that they were victims. They said they've been tricked by a fake job offers, kidnapped, locked up, and had their phones taken away.
Okay.
But police found out they've actually filed those false reports under the direction of local crime groups. So they added charges.
And there was a second network too, right?
Right. One of these groups pretended to be this pineapple distribution company, and they were luring people online by promising these high pay, like 100 million won for just a month of factory work.
Right.
And of course, you had young people in their 20s who are really strapped for cash, falling for it.
Yes.
And some of them even ended up joining the scam group themselves. And it turns out this whole network had members all over the country, like in Seoul, Busan, Daejeon. And they even set up like 15 shell companies.
Okay.
Their ringleader forced tattoos on members and beat them with baseball bat if they disobeyed.
Oh, goodness. So that's really terrible to hear about, of course, all those stories. Also, we need to know, what was the financial damage? How much money was lost overall?
The total damage from these two big cases is over 7 billion won. Police say they're monitoring reports nationwide related to Cambodian job scams, kidnappings, and confinement cases as part of their ongoing investigation.
Well, thank you once again for giving us this information. So hopefully we can prevent some of these crimes from happening. All right. Busan City has announced new financial support for small businesses and small business owners who have become parents this year.
Yes, Busan's rolling out really helpful support project for small business owners who had a baby this year. If you're a small business owner in Busan and you've had a child anytime after January 1st, you can get up to 2 million won per child to help cover your business expenses.
Yes.
It's all about easing that childcare cost burden and also encouraging a bit of boost to a birth rate.
I see. And what kind of costs are covered under this program?
You can use the support to cover things like rent, utilities, insurance, basically any business costs that have popped up this year. And the city will reimburse verified amount. And hop onto the Busan Small Business Support Center website to apply. But heads up, once the budget runs out, that's it for the year.
So it's going to be on a first come, first served basis?
Yes, if you need more details, give the Busan Small Business Support Center call at 1-833-3665.
Well, thank you for all the local news, and we'll check in with you tomorrow. Thank you, Sejin.
You're welcome.
All right, I'll be back with your traffic and weather.
Good morning.
Good morning.
굿모닝입니다.
Good morning.
좋은 아침입니다.
Morning wave in Busan.
Morning wave in Busan.
Morning wave in Busan. Major news, local buzz, and expert takes. It's all here on Morning Wave in Busan. Brighten up your morning commute with Morning Wave in Busan. Morning Wave in Busan.
It is time for your traffic report. There is an accident on Nakdong-Namno from Hagwon Bridge to Gangso Police Station, that direction, right past the Myeongji ramp. Also, it's backed up on Chungnyeol-daedo from Dongnae High School to Dongnae intersection. It's backed up from Hangneung Tunnel to the Dongso overpass as well. And there's traffic on Gwanmun-daedo from Pangnam Tunnel to Baegang Tunnel. And remember, if you don't need to be on the roads, maybe wait a little as much as you can as we're trying to clear the roads for the test takers. So currently it's 9 degrees Celsius under partially cloudy skies. It's going to go up to 20 today here in Busan. Across the nation, it's mild, but still chilly in the morning, with single digits across most parts of the country. There is a big temperature gap between the morning low and the daytime high. Make sure, especially for today, you dress in layers. And this was your traffic and weather. Welcome back, everybody. Before we get into top stories, I'm kind of try to read the real-time messages as they come in. So, Choi Yunjung님, I had no idea that your youngest is taking the 수능 today. So, before she even mentioned her youngest, so she was like, 수능생분들 모두들 화이팅입니다. And that goes to show you, I think, her good nature. She's wishing the best of luck to everybody first. And then she talks about the fact that her youngest is going to be, taking the 수능 today at a certain high school. I'm not going to give out the names of the high schools because, I don't want to identify or, personalize it too much. So anyhow, good luck to your little one as well. And Tommy checking in with us, saying that he just dropped off his second child. And I know for a fact it's a daughter because we said her name on air. Last time she was taking her in-person test for a particular sport. So good luck to your daughter as well. And all the test takers out there, we're rooting for you today. So let's get into top stories. It is time for top stories. We have Haley in the studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
Please tell me you're not teary today because PD님 is like crying. She's
There's
been
so
crying.
much emoting going on right now.
Yes.
Yeah, so for my bit, I'm going to take the most Haley path possible. All right. Turn up your volume. 얘들아, 신분증, 수험표, 도시락, 간식은 혈당 스파이크 오지 않게, not too sweet, 시계, 옷 layers. 화장실 미리 갔다가 좀 빨리 나가. That's it. That's it. Oh my God.
Can you stop crying? Because you're
All right.
making me cry. Okay.
And I'm just exasperated.
Yes.
By the way, in English, I just gave off a list of ID, test slip, pack your lunch. Well, your parents, guardian, parent figure, packed your lunch. Nothing too sweet because you don't want to get that, blood sugar spike and be tired. Bring your watch, dress in layers, go to the bathroom, and then leave early because we really don't want to be late on today of all days.
No. But just in case, if you really have to, once again, you can dial 112, 119.
Yeah.
That's for an emergency escort, but only if it's an emergency. And now we're going to continue with our CSAT story. So give us some numbers.
Right. So the CSATs by the numbers, this is going to be the most crowded CSATs in 7 years in terms of test takers, because as you said, 554,774 test takers have signed up. This, by the way, is a 6% increase from last year and the highest since 2019. High school seniors, they account for 67.1%. High school graduates, so that would be retakers, 대수생, N수생, 28.9%. And in the GED takers and miscellaneous category, 4%. So what's notable here, there's a whole 9% increase for high school seniors taking that exam. The reason is because current high school seniors, they were born back in 2007, and that was the year of the golden pig, right? 황금돼지띠. And some couples, parents, they did plan to have their children that year because some did. Or some
Others
didn't.
Yes.
Right. So because this was considered auspicious and therefore there was an uptick in the overall birth rate that year.
That's right. So what about the retakers?
Right. If we're just comparing that to last year, the number of retakers went down by 1.2%, but still it is quite a high number, and that all has to do with the medical school quota. Last year, there were 1,497 additional spots in the country's medical school admissions quota. So that was the biggest number of retakers in 21 years last year. But this year, because next academic year's medical school quota has gone down to the previous levels as a part of the government's negotiations. So we are seeing a decrease here. However, overall, with this general number of test takers, the biggest in 7 years, 수능 is expected to be quite competitive, with especially fierce competition among the top students for medical schools.
That's right. So what are some subjects to watch for this year?
Right. So what's interesting is the biggest variable this year, experts say, will be the social studies and sciences, 탐구 과목, especially social sciences, 사탐. That is because a huge number of test takers have chosen to only take social sciences at 61%. So students can choose either to take either one or both.
Yes.
And this, by the way, 24% increase from last year. So what this means is that even natural sciences, 이과 students are choosing to take social sciences as opposed to science subjects.
Okay.
Because social sciences do have a reputation to be easier to study for. But this also means we're likely going to get a congregation of high scorers in that category, which when it comes to college admissions, your math of trying to figure out where to go, that would make it difficult because if a lot of people got a good score overall, just one question could be that bump between level 1, level 2 amongst different tiers.
Yes.
So yeah, that can change the overall curve. But like with previous years, test makers have excluded these killer questions that require extracurricular studies to be able to solve. So those questions would normally weed out the top scorers. So again, it's going to be fierce at the top.
That's right. So I'm going to read another message
please.
because it's about the 수능. So 박정민 님 with a follow-up. 아들 방금 전 수험장으로 가네요. 잘하고 와. 작년에는 시험보다 디스크 파열 쉬운 게 하나도 없지만 항상 뒤에서 기도하며 기다리는 부모가 있다는 거 힘내. So basically, their son is apparently a test retaker, and they had a disc rupture, etc. Nothing is easy in life, but seriously, we're sending all the good vibes to all the test takers. all the kids that are being mentioned. And I know there are many listeners who silently drive and they don't send in messages. Everybody out there, we're sending out our good luck. All right, we're going to go to Ulsan for our next story. Do we have any updates on the rescue or search mission at this point from the power plant collapse?
Right. So rescue and search authorities found the body of one more buried worker from the East West Power Corporation. The boiler tower collapsed in Ulsan early this morning. The body belonged to a worker in his 30s, surname identified as Kim. So he is the sixth confirmed death in this case. So his location, actually, the authorities knew where he was basically from the get-go immediately after the accident. However, the location, it was 4 to 5 meters deep in the debris. On top of that, right next to an adjacent boiler tower, number 4. So they really couldn't dig in deep because of the fears of that boiler tower collapsing.
Right.
Search is ongoing for one last worker. Some 70 rescue workers plus 40 private dismantling experts. They have been working day and night, forming in teams and working in shifts. So hopefully we will be able to get full closure.
Yes, indeed. All right, up next, we have the latest employment figures for the month of October. Do we have good news?
We do have good news. Good news first. Stable job numbers in October. So October added 190,000 new jobs or newly employed people, in line with the general trend, because so far this year we've seen new employment figures in the 100,000s range, except for outliers, upticks in May and September. That they were higher than average. However, that was good news.
Yes.
Reality check. Once we dissect into the specific figures, the picture isn't as rosy. So first, we got to look at that age group. So employment increased only for those in their 60s, really leading the pack with 334,000. 30s as well, smaller at 80,000.
Okay.
So that means for all the other groups, they actually saw a decrease in employment. Particularly prominent for those in the young adults group, 15 to 29, who saw employment decrease by 163,000.
Okay.
So the employment rate, 고용률, for the 15 to 64 group, so the general working population, 70.1%, but that is highest for any October. But youth employment, 44.6%, so far below that.
Right.
And according to an official from the Ministry of Data and Statistics, hiring trends that favor experienced workers, right? That 경력직. Plus, companies are not really doing their annual or biannual spring and fall time large recruitment pushes anymore.
Sure.
So that is really tilting the labor market against the favor of young job seekers.
That's right. Well, what about by industry or by sector? Do we have any specifics?
We do. So we are looking at some stagnations in hiring in the manufacturing and construction sectors, which are generally considered to provide quality jobs.
Right.
Specifically, construction saw an 18th consecutive month of declines, losing 123,000 jobs last month. This had a weather cause because we had a particularly rainy October.
Yes.
If you remember, lots of rain during Chuseok and then later. So that meant frequent breaks in construction sites.
Oh, okay.
Agriculture and fishery sectors also saw a decline of 124,000 jobs. This is likely due to larger structural issues because of the aging demographic and changes in the industrial system.
I see. Any upsides?
Right. So jobs added to retail. 도, 소매업, uptick of 46,000, actually the biggest increase since November of 2017. Also, we're seeing increases in the arts, sports, and leisure sectors. The common thread here could be traced back to the government's livelihood and consumption recovery coupons, plus some discount coupons in the film and arts sector. So with extra money, people can afford to go out shopping, also can watch shows, performances, and the movies.
Yes. So thanks for giving us a report on that. For our final story, we're going to go to Brazil for updates from the COP30 summit.
Right, so COP30 just wrapped up day 3. The top issue here for day 3 was the Declaration on Information Integrity on Climate Change that was launched Wednesday local time. It's actually the first time that any states or any COP event have formally committed to fight against climate disinformation.
Okay.
And then we unfortunately know, our experts have said that the world is going to not meet that 1.5 degrees Celsius threshold.
Yes.
So according to a report by Amnesty International, it found that a quarter of the world's population lives within 3 miles or 5 kilometers of operational fossil fuel projects. So that could potentially threaten the health of over 2 billion people.
Sure.
So another aspect underlying scientific agenda this year seems to be not only reducing carbon emissions, but also removing them from the atmosphere.
Right.
So this was a position presented by one of the world's leading scientists at the Climate Impact Research. He's one of the chief scientist advisors to the UN, said 10 billion tons of carbon dioxide or CO2 would need to be removed from the air every year to cap the rise of global temperatures at 1.7 degrees Celsius.
Oh, 1.7. And how would one go about doing this?
Right. So methods could include direct capture from the air. However, this would require infrastructure.
Okay.
Construction of the world's second biggest industry after oil and gas. And that could require $1 trillion per year.
Ooh.
Of course, that doesn't mean we can emit as much as we want to just because we're going to capture it. We have to emit less, but also capture what's already out there.
I see. Well, I hear that there were other notable moments.
Right. Let's go to the U.S., which did not send an official delegation, but an alternative delegation of over 100 elective officials is there, headed by California Governor Gavin Newsom. He's the most senior American at the summit. And he did not hold back against U.S. President Donald Trump, who pulled the U.S. out of the Paris Climate Accord.
Right.
So Newsom said that Donald Trump was a, quote, invasive species, and his dismissal of the climate crisis was an abomination.
Oh, well, I hear that former U.S. Vice President Al Gore, he's at the event as well.
Who's also become a very prominent climate activist,
Yes.
who also took a very anti-Trump tone, calling him the most corrupt president in American history and critiquing him for the climate policy. And also criticized Bill Gates, Microsoft founder, famous philanthropic, because Gates, recently made waves around the world when he publicly argued for pushing the climate crisis down the international agenda in favor of health issues. And Al Gore raised questions of, is Gates afraid of being bullied by Trump?
I see. All right. Well, we're going to call it a wrap on all the top stories. And of course, we'll check in with you now, number 2. So thank you, Haley.
See you in a bit.
And hopefully by now, your test takers have arrived at their test sites. And here is 힘내 by 소녀시대.
힘을 내라고 말해줄래 그 눈을 반짝여 날 일으켜줄래 사람들은 모두 원하지 더 빨리 더 많이 난 평범한 소년걸 바람은 자유로운데 모르겠어 다들 어디론지 하지만 힘을 내 이만큼 과잖아 이것쯤은 정말 별거 아냐 세상을 뒤집자 도무지 할 수 없는 것뿐인 복잡한 이 지구가 재밌는 그 이유는 하나 Yes it's you 사랑한다고 말해줄래 지친 날 감싸고 함께 웃어줄래 사람들은 모두 원하지 더 빨리 더 많이 난 평범한 소년걸 하늘은 저리도 파란데 모르겠어 다들 어디로 가 하지만 힘을 내 이만큼 과잖아 이것쯤은 정말 별거 아냐 세상을 뒤집자 도무지 할 수 없는 것뿐인 복잡한 이 지구가 재밌는 그 이유는 하나 바로 너 I like just the way you are You set me free my boy 네가 나타난 뒤 모든 게 달라졌어 이제부터 다시 시작해 좋아서 힘을 내 이만큼 과잖아 이것쯤은 정말
It is now time for Ask Dr. Liu because Dr. Liu Sang-hyo is here. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing great because my all bodies are aching because last week I talked about the muscle mass.
Yes.
It's closely linked to our brain, so
Yes.
I did pretty much workout. So
You did like leg day.
Yeah, leg day, and then my bodies are aching. So I try to put it in a positive way. Yeah, okay. My muscle is trying to boost my brain power.
Oh, I like it. I like. And I'm sure you influence many people out there to think at least, do some leg workouts. But hey, it's Suning Day today.
수능.
So we want an encouraging message.
You know what? I'm very expert. This is my right on my alley because I've done 수능 test 5 or 6 times.
And you know what? Look at you now. I know.
Okay. And also
그러니까 정확하게 5번 보셨어요? 아니면 6번? 6번 보신
on my
거예요?
6th attempt, I got the college entrance. I passed it. And my 그 수능 내신 성적, what do you call it? 내신 성적 in English?
Your grades.
Academic grades.
Yes.
It's far below average.
Really?
Yeah.
But you aced the 수능 the 6th time around.
Yeah, that's right. And even my teacher, high school teacher, you want to be a doctor with this score? I never saw you. You got this score. You really just come to your sense. Okay.
그렇게 얘기했어요?
Yeah, that's what he said. And I complained it to my mom, and then my mom was like this. Okay. You were kind of a not good student in your in your high school, and then you were your teacher was trying to teach you as much as he wants, but you couldn't follow him. And after 2 or 3 years, you show up again, and then you're gonna go to med school. Who would what would say to you when he didn't know any kind of efforts you put into that process?
Right.
So don't blame those things on him. Just you got to prove it by yourself. And also, I could exactly remember when I went to the academic test장, test center, and then with mom and my brother, and what kind of food we ate after that, and what kind of movie after we saw. It was a Bodyguard by Whitney Houston, Kevin Costner, and then and which seat it was I was located, and I exactly remember. And in front of me, I met a boy, and he got the top score in that test.
That year,
yes,
I see.
I remember. Even still, I dreaming of the test that I haven't prepared for. So I was waking up in the middle of the. I haven't prepared anything. I haven't prepared anything. Yes.
But hey, 6th time the charm for you.
Yes.
So thank you for your words of encouragement and inspiration. Here you are, Dr. Liu, an expert on our show. So
Thank you.
what are we diving into today?
Today is talking about vaccine.
Vaccines.
Yeah, because November is a vaccination season.
For things like what?
For things like flu vaccine
That's right.
and shingles vaccine.
Shingles, 대상포진.
Yeah, 대상포진.
Yes.
And some of the vaccines like DTP. Diphtheria, tetanus,
and
pertussis.
Yes.
Diphtheria, 파상풍, 백일의 diphtheria.
It's so complicated in English or Korean, right?
Yeah. And you know what? Some people who are afraid of getting shot, I would say the flu shot. How long has it been flu shot for human beings to protect our body?
I don't know. How long has it been?
Over 80 years. 80 years.
80 years since the first flu vaccine.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So it's well proven. So,
Yes.
There are many observational studies, which means scientists are looking over all those data and then what they're going to be end up as they get older. One group doesn't have any flu shot. One group has flu shot.
Yes.
Which one comes with better results, things like that. Anyhow, recently we found that there's a strong connection between inflammation and our brain or vascular structure.
Oh.
Which means
Yes.
if you don't get vaccinated, it might put you a little bit high risk of getting stroke.
If you're not vaccinated.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. So another reason to get your flu vaccine, I guess. Yes.
Another reason is it lowers the chances of not only stroke but also depression. Yeah. Let me think. Let me put it this way.
Yes.
Think of our body is a nation, and then your body is surrounded by a lot of terrorists. The terrorists might be around your country. Some germs and some terrorist viruses are some other further away from them.
Okay.
Okay. So, which one is better for your country, for your body to wait till other terrorist attack comes to sneak into our body, and then you have to face a very painful, long standing war, or just bolstering or strengthening the border security and intelligence systems.
Okay.
And when terrorist was about to attack, you were able to nipping it in the bud.
Yes.
Yes. Which one do you prefer?
Nipping it in the bud.
Yeah, that's right.
Meaning before your body's attacked, right?
And I say, yeah, that theory comes with our immune system as well. So whenever you experience some kind of inflammation, infection, whenever you have flu, you might experience some kind of a coughing, sneezing, and fever, headaches, at least 3 or 4 days. Yeah, it's kind of a minus when it comes to the productivity of your life.
Yes, yes.
And also these kind of chemical reactions, like a lot of cytokines, a lot of inflammatory markers, those things are released from our body and it travels all over our body, not only blood vessels and our brain. So our brain gets damaged with this kind of minor inflammation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to go back to the whole stroke issue because you said that, if you are not vaccinated, then there's like a connection to stroke. Can you explain that?
Yeah, stroke can cause vascular inflammation. Vascular inflammation means your blood vessel is like a pipe or is like a supply chain. How can I describe this one? But without blood supply, every cell in our body would die.
Sure.
Yeah. Brain is one of the unique organ that's protected by blood-brain barrier.
Okay.
Which means brain is special. It doesn't take all those nutrients and chemicals. They don't let all those things into their brain. There's a strong filter, kind of a gate.
Okay.
Yeah. And that gate is going to be breached. And then also, and a lot of bad chemicals go into invade or try to sneak into our brain.
I see.
And it causes inflammation. So there are, even some people say that, stroke is just a stroke, but there are different kinds of stroke. Ischemic stroke.
Yes.
And also stroke is hemorrhagic stroke. It's inflammatory stroke, like due to inflammation.
Yes.
So I've seen those victims of stroke caused by inflammation. So vaccine can prevent this.
I see. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for explaining the connection between inflammation and vaccine and stroke. So, if we talk about shingles as well, because I want to get as much information out there as possible, 대상포진, there's a vaccine. Actually, I didn't know there was a vaccine until recently. Is this a newer vaccine?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, before that, maybe the new vaccine was released about 6 years ago in 2020. Before that, we had a live attenuated vaccine. There are two different kinds of vaccine. The one is live attenuated vaccine, which means that it's a live vaccine. Okay. But their viruses are under a little bit. They were knocked out by some kind of mechanical or some manipulation.
Sure.
But they are the real virus.
It's a 생백신.
Yeah, 생백신. That's right. Live vaccine. The other one is antigen vaccine. But these days, scientists have developed new types of vaccine, which is a recombinant vaccine. Yeah, that prevents your lifelong shingle prevention rate is almost up to 97%.
97%.
Yeah.
And for those of you who have never experienced shingles, it is the most miserable thing that I had shingles. Several years back while I was on radio, I was working at BFM and I was just overworking. My immune was really, really shoddy. And then I came down with shingles. That was so painful.
Catherine, I didn't know that you experienced shingles.
Right. And it was at such a young, I was in my 30s. And it was so painful.
Yeah.
It's so hard to describe.
What are the chances that you would experience again?
I don't know. Hopefully.
It's about 10%.
10% again?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, the later you get it, the painful it gets.
Right.
And the longer it bothers in your life.
Sure.
So I would totally recommend shingles vaccination. And the issue is pricey, but pricey compared to the price you would pay in the States is pretty affordable here in Korea.
Yes.
And also shingles, there have been massive studies so far because shingles vaccination has been around over 6-7 years. So a recent Canadian study found that over 650,000 adults found that annual, it's not a shingle, but flu, when it comes flu, it decreases 20% of risk of stroke.
Okay.
And also shingles, in the U.S. study, it lowers 10 to up to 20% lower risk of stroke and heart attack.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's significant. It's not just like a small number, meaning like a very small percentage of people who don't get the vaccine might be affected by shingles or, and also the risk of stroke and all these things as well. So we have a question. I don't know if you can answer it from 태진님, who says, Dr. Ryu, 독감이랑 코로나 두 개 동시에 걸릴 수 있나요?
Theoretically, I would say yes.
In theory,
In
yes.
theory, and you can get a flu shot. You can get a flu shot and COVID shot at the same time.
Right. Is it on opposite arms?
Opposite arms.
I'm assuming. I hope it's not on the same arm.
Yeah. But theoretically, it's possible. But I've never experienced the patients with this both
flu and COVID at the same time. But in theory, it's possible.
In theory, it's possible. As far as I know.
Yes. I've also read that. In theory, it is possible. So, wow. And if we had to add any more information, practical takeaways for our listeners today, what would you say to our listeners?
Okay, some people might be really, really reluctant to getting vaccinated. In that case, I would say they might have some kind of unsolved anxiety or fear. That stems from psychological point of view. It stems from confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is something unpleasant and something unsafe things happens nearby.
Right.
Your focus, your mental is focused geared towards that fact, regardless of all the data or regardless of the objective things. So whenever you are thinking, flu shot is very bad, I want you to look it up on the other side of the benefits. Okay, if you want to know the thing that you think is right, in order to make it seen from a very knowledge with logic, and best way to analyze this one is you have to look up other parts of that thing that's saying describing the same thing.
Right.
So I want to know this one, and also if you've been lucky and not getting any shots so far, hasn't been sick for a while, it means you've been driving your car without seatbelt fastened. So you have been lucky, but as we get older, as you try to drive your car on the street, who knows when there's gonna kind of a car accident? Accident's not gonna be. Not always you're gonna be your fault. Some people just drug under the influence drivers might hit you.
Right.
Some unexpected things can happen. So I would say the always best is safety is best thing. So it's better to be safe than sorry. So my final message is a small vaccine today can prevent a big inflammation tomorrow. So small vaccine, can prevent much bigger, like stroke I mentioned, and also dementia I mentioned. Stroke.
Well.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, thanks for giving us such good information today and lots to think about, and your takeaway as well. We'll check in with you next week. Thank you, Dr. Dio.
Thank you.
All right, it's time to wrap up hour number 1. So here it is, Have It All by Jason Mraz.
May you have
have auspiciousness and causes of success. May you have the confidence to always do your best. May it take no effort in your being generous. Sharing what you can, nothing more, nothing less. May you know the meaning of the word happiness. May you always lead from the beating in your chest. May you be treated like an esteemed guest. May you get to rest, may you catch your breath. May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa. May the road less paved be the road that you follow. Whoa. Well, here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'd be sad without you. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it. I want you to have it all. May you be as fascinating as a slap bracelet. May you keep the chaos and the clutter off your desk. May you have unquestionable health and less stress. Having no possessions though immeasurable wealth. May you get a gold star on your next test. May your educated guesses always be correct. And may you win prizes shining like diamonds. May you really own it each moment to the next. May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa. May the road less paved be the road that you follow. Whoa. Well, here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'd be sad without you. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it. I want you to have it all. Oh, I want you to have it all. All you can imagine.
이신가요? 어린이 교통사고 피해자 수는 지난 3년 평균 약 9만 명. 특히 어린이 보호구역 안전 기준이 강화된 이후에도 어린이 보호구역 내 사고는 지속적으로 발생하고 있습니다. 스쿨존에서는 반드시 시속 30km 이하 서행, 스쿨존 내 불법 주정차 금지, 차량 출발 전 앞뒤 좌우 살피는 습관으로 어린이가 안전한 도시를 만듭니다. 참, 운전 중 휴대전화 사용은 모두에게 위험합니다. 우리 모두를 위한 교통안전, 나부터 실천하면 모두가 안전해집니다. 어린이가 안전하게 뛰어놀 수 있는 부산. 아이 키우기 좋은 도시는 우리 모두의 미래이자 희망입니다. 이 캠페인은 어린이가 안전한 부산을 만드는 은행, BNK 부산은행과 함께합니다.
Brr! It's freezing outside. Let's crank up the heat.
Wait, you don't have to. Lowering the temperature by just 2 degrees can save a lot of energy.
2 degrees? That small change really matters?
You'd be surprised. If 10% of Korean households lower their heating by just 2 degrees, The effects are like planting about 350,000 trees a year.
That's magical. Then I'll just bundle up instead.
Smart move. Try wearing some thermal underwear or warm socks.
Plus, when you go out, don't turn the heater off completely. Set it to away mode or 외출 mode.
That way, it uses less fuel than turning it off and reheating the whole place later. Turn down the heat, but not your warmth.
This campaign is brought to you by BEFM, Busan 영어 방송.
Want to be a friend of BFM Busan 영어 방송? You can chat with BFM through our Kakao Talk service. You can share your messages and photos through Kakao Talk, and you can easily become BFM's Kakao friend by searching BFM through the Find a Friend option. Come share and chat with us at BFM anytime, anywhere for free. Don't forget to add BFM Busan 영어 방송 to your Kakao friends list.
Man, I haven't got a chance. I call him.
The time is now 8 o'clock.
It is now time for Spotlight News. 2026 CSAT set to take place. The College Scholastic Ability Test, or CSAT, for the 2026 academic year will take place today across 1,310 test sites nationwide. A total of 554,174 test takers are due to take the exam, the highest figure in 7 years. Students are to be in their seats by 8:10 a.m. with the exam scheduled to take place between 8:40 and 5:45 p.m. The exam will be an integrated natural sciences humanities test with no excessively difficult so-called killer questions. Acting Prosecutor General resigns over Daejangdong decision. Acting Prosecutor General No Man-seok announced yesterday that he will resign following backlash against the prosecution's decision not to appeal the Daejangdong land development case. No, via his office, said that this decision was to protect the prosecution. Ruling and opposition parties also clashed over the issue at the Parliamentary Special Committee on the Budget yesterday. The presidential office, following No's announcement, said that it will accept his resignation once it is officially tendered via the Justice Ministry. South Korea maintains support for UN resolution on North Korean human rights violation. South Korea, along with 40 other member nations, has signed its name on a United Nations resolution condemning North Korea's human rights violations despite the Lee Jae-myung administration's policy of easing tensions with Pyongyang. An official from the Foreign Ministry said that the decision was based on the stance to make tangible improvements to the human rights of citizens of North Korea. South Korea co-sponsored the resolution from 2008 to 2018, but withdrew during the Moon Jae-in administration in consideration of inter-Korean relations and returned during the conservative Yoon Suk-yeol administration. Special Counsel requests arrest warrant for ex-Prime Minister Hwang Yo-wan. The Cho Won-suk Special Counsel has requested an arrest warrant for former Prime Minister Hwang Yo-wan after they detained him on charges of inciting an insurrection following ex-President Yoon Suk-yeol's martial law imposition. Last year, Hwang, who served as Prime Minister under ex-President Park Geun-hye, wrote social media posts calling for eradication of pro-North Korean forces, while calling for the arrest of Parliamentary Speaker Woo Won-sik and then People Power Party leader Han Dong-hoon. The special counsel also arrests former National Intelligence Service Chief Cho Tae-yong on charges of involvement in last former President Yoon's martial law imposition after our court approved his warrant yesterday. UN issues dire warnings over aid and hunger in Sudan. A United Nations organization on migration said that the humanitarian situation in North Darfur is on the brink of collapse, following a paramilitary group's capture of the area last month. The Rapid Support Forces, RSF, captured the North Darfur city of El Fashir, with survivors' accounts and video evidence suggesting more than 1,500 people were killed in ethnically targeted massacres in the immediate aftermath. The aid group Doctors Without Borders warned that malnutrition in displacement camps had reached staggering rates, with tens of thousands more arriving at already crowded camps. And this was Spotlight News. It's time for Waga Waga. Haley's back.
Good morning again.
Yes. So we're going to dive into our first story. First, another case of suspected death from overwork broke out of the country's biggest bakery franchise, SPC.
Right. So this case happened back in September. It's coming to light now. On September 27th, a factory worker in their 60s finished the nighttime shift, went home. They were due for the afternoon shift the following day. However, it was a no-show. And the company couldn't get in touch with this individual.
Okay.
It was only a full week later that first responders found this person dead in their home. There was an autopsy. However, the result was an indecisive, unknown cause, but no cardiovascular or neurological abnormalities were detected there.
Yes.
So SPC also said that this worker showed no irregularities in their company physical. However, it's been pointed out that there's a possibility that the worker died in their sleep after working 6 consecutive night shifts.
Right. And SPC, I mean, this company, we've heard about it before. Wasn't SPC recently under fire for its shift system?
Right. So back last May of this year, actually, there was a case of a worker who died after reported overexertion or overwork. So at this point, President Lee Jae-myung visited the factory, actually summoned executives, not only from SPC, from other bakery chains as well, and basically pressured and demanded a shift system change. And at this point, SPC changed their shift from a 12-hour 2-shift system to a 3-shift system with 8 hours per shift.
Right.
But here's the catch.
Okay.
So workers are working shorter hours, but the company also changed the system, so it is now 6 days a week as opposed to 5.
Oh.
So overall working hours, the shifts also, according to reports, bounced around. So it wasn't that one person was consistently working the morning shift, but you could be scheduled to work the daytime, night versus middle. So if things didn't align, there could be cases where someone would work the night shift, which would involve them going home at 7:30 the following morning.
Okay.
And then have to come in at 3 p.m. the next day, which was the case for this deceased worker. They didn't show up for the 3 p.m. shift.
I see.
So upon this, the chair of the Energy, Environment, and Labor Parliamentary Committee, An Ho-young, said that he's considering holding a parliamentary public hearing on this issue.
I see. So unfortunate once again. Up next, we have another case of, I guess, wrong PR, public relations for Korean food. Was it Korean?
Wrong promotions, Korean, but labeled as not Korean.
Oh.
So, the quintessential Korean food is kimchi. It is kimjang season, by the way. Except maybe not according to some products. So this is, when we talk about these issues, one person is the authority, Seongshin Women's University professor, Seo Kyung-duk.
Yes.
He posted on his social media pictures of this bottle of kimchi that was being sold in Spain. But it has a picture of a woman wearing a kimono.
When I saw this, I was just like, what?
Wrong. So wrong. So
Yes.
very wrong.
Yes.
And he said there are, of course, some concerns of this giving wrong impression that kimchi is Japanese.
Yes.
The product also had misinformation in its written description, saying that this was Chinese dish pao chai. So we have 3 different Asian countries on one bottle, which,
Here it is.
I mean... Also, so it's kimchi sauce. So it's not even the cabbage
Kimchi, yeah.
itself. In any case, of course, pao chai and kimchi and pao chai, completely different in how they are made, their culinary history and culture.
Yes.
Another German grocery brand, Aldi, previously misrepresented kimchi as Japanese on its website, and the same brand earlier said that kimchi originated from China. So Professor Haas said that the reason that these cases got repeated is because there may be a lack of awareness in understanding Asian culture and how they are very different in Europe, he said. And in an era when Korean food is getting this global attention, these wrong designs and descriptions, they do need to change.
Oh, absolutely. Let's be accurate. Speaking of food, students... it's almost 8:10. I'm getting nervous just thinking about it. To start their CSAT and what they have packed for lunch, this is also a big deal.
It's a huge deal for parents, parent figures, because in Korea, you do have to bring packed lunches from home.
Yes.
And what you're packing, huge. So you have had test takers, have one now. What have you packed in the past?
Okay, so I have a confession.
Yeah,
I'm so
outing
bad.
you.
Okay, you're outing me today. So my youngest one is 고3 as well. And so she asked my sister, Auntie Imo, to pack her 수능 lunch. And then I just got a message from my sister. And so she packed her bulgogi with 현미 rice because that's what, my little one loves. And then there are certain banchan that she loves of imo. And so she did the miok chulgi, all the little, the rolled egg, the stuff that she really likes and my sister knows. And here
it's a good lunch.
I'm working. This is working mom guilt here. Yeah.
Yes. So
here I am.
Good protein, some fiber, carbs, very balanced. So one private education institute recently interviewed 2 students from last year who got the perfect score.
Oh.
Right. So what is the menu? What did they eat? So one, Mr. Lee Seung-hyun, 순두부찌개. So the 순두부 stew. That's his ritual. That's what he does before every single important exam because it's easy on your stomach. And experts do tend to agree. They say go for something that would be easy on your stomach.
Sure.
Ms. Kim So-yoon, 유부초밥 and shine muscat grapes plus some chocolate. So she emphasized the importance of snacks.
Yes.
Again, experts are recommending something that's easy to digest and well balanced, but try not to pack something that's too spicy, too salty, something that you're not used to. Again, the exam is not the time to try anything new. Fruit is good for keeping you hydrated.
Yes.
Nuts are great brain food. But what experts do advise against is too many vegetables, the mixed grain rice, fish, kimbap, because they can all cause digestive problems.
Oh, yeah. And you don't want to be gassy.
No. Or bloated.
Yeah. No. All right. For our final 2 stories, these are 2 opposite cases of how different restaurants have dealt with customers.
So, solo dining. I'm a big fan. It's just a way of life these days. Except societally, we're going through a transition phase where a lot of customers are pro-solo dining. Some restaurants not so much. And then maybe there are space issues. If you're a crowded restaurant, you don't want one customer taking a table for 2. The turnaround rate, then profit. There are many reasons. Legally, private businesses are allowed to do this.
Yes.
But how they go about this? So this particular 짜장면 case, the Chinese black bean noodles, under scrutiny for what they did. So this is trending on social media. It's a sign. It's a guidelines for solo diners.
Okay.
They say when you eat here alone, number 1, order 2 portions. 2인분 값을 쓴다. So basically pay for 2 portions.
Okay.
Or number 2, eat all 2 portions. 2인분을 다 먹는다. Or if you can't, 3, call a friend. 친구를 부른다. And number 4, come with your wife next time. 다음에 아내와 같이 온다. Oh, and then, by the way, underneath, there's like a little cartoon character in the speech bubble. We don't sell loneliness. Don't come alone.
Oh, really? That's so snarky.
That was the kicker.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did they think it was funny? Was it supposed to be?
Somebody did. I didn't. None of it, no.
I don't find it funny, but anyhow.
People didn't see it that way generally. And it seems, okay, fine. The number 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe they're in their right, but we don't sell loneliness. That seems to be shaming, ostracizing someone who's eating alone. Of course, this isn't the only case. We famously covered that Yosu case when a YouTuber went as a solo diner and was chastised. By the way, a little bit of stats throwing under your way. As of last year, 35.5% of Korean households were single-person households. Of course, that doesn't mean they're dining every single day alone, but some restaurants seem to be slow in catching up with this social demographical change.
And this is a major one, 35.5%.
Over a third.
Yes. Well, we're going to end it on a heartwarming one.
Yes, so this particular place was very accommodating in a completely different way.
Yes.
Another video trending on social media. It's from a cafe in Ansan, Gyeonggi Province, that's garnered over almost at this point 1.4 million views. So in the video, you see this cafe owner, a younger woman. She brings drinks to the table.
Yes.
And then she sets it down, kneels in front of a customer. And then she makes eye contact with this customer and starts signing. And signs, enjoy your drink. 맛있게 드세요. He's very surprised.
Yes.
And he signs back, oh, wow, you're really good at this and thank you. Turns out she doesn't really know how to sign, but she went and looked it up on YouTube so she could say, enjoy your drink, right?
Going out of her way.
Comments are saying, this warms my heart. These small gestures, they do count the most.
Oh, they do, because other, restaurant cafe owners have other thoughts. But thanks for ending on a good one today. We need it. Well, thank you, and we'll check in with you tomorrow. Thank you, Haley.
Have a great day.
All right. I have another message to read right now. This is from Kwentong Nemi Nim saying, good morning, everyone. Just arrived from sending our firstborn to her examination site. Try to hold back my tears, especially when Kat said something about it in the opening. I hid those tears from her, and I hope all will be well. And they write, good luck to everybody out there. That's how we're all feeling today. We're all the moms and dads and aunties and uncles and just the teachers as well, yet just really trying to be supportive and wishing good luck to everybody. They have started, everybody. So it's going to be a long day. And I hope that, yes, everybody gets whatever they're wishing for. Let's get to our traffic and weather. It is now time for your traffic update. There is a car that's broken down on the Namhae Expressway going toward Suncheon, right past the Daejeon juncture. It's also congested from Mandak intersection to Namhae Expressway, the Deokcheon ramp. Backed up on Byeongno from Daeyeon Tunnel to Gwangan Tunnel, and there is also traffic from Ulsukdo Bridge tollgate to Myeongji Underpass. Currently, it's 11 degrees Celsius. It's going to go up to 20 today. Across the nation, mild but chilly in the morning with single digits across most parts of the nation. There's still a big gap between the morning low and daytime high. So dress accordingly. This was your traffic and weather. It's time for your special interview. So for those of you listeners and viewers out there, if you grew up in Korea and were really immersed in the education system here, you likely spent much of your student life working toward, one major goal, doing well in school and also doing well on the Suning, or the College Scholastic Ability Test, the CSAT, to enter, hopefully a good school, a good university. So today is a day where it can feel like this day, the singular test might determine a student or test taker's future. The CSAT or Suning is taken so seriously, as we have reiterated to you. Public transportation authorities sometimes whisk test takers away to their test sites to make sure there are no obstacles if they're running late. And after more than a decade of pressure and high expectations from parents and teachers, all that tension culminates on Suning Day today. So today we're going to get insights from our expert on how students can mentally recover after this milestone exam and what to focus on in the days that follow. Joining us today is Professor Andrew Martin, Scientia Professor and Professor of Educational Psychology in the School of Education at the University of New South Wales, Australia. Hi, welcome to the program.
Lovely to be here.
Yes. Today, as I said in the intro, Professor, this is a very unique system where the CSAT, they only give it out once a year, and that happens to be today. It's not, given out multiple times a year. This is a high-pressure exam. What are some common emotional responses students might experience?
Yes, and well, firstly, I wish all students the best of luck as well.
Yes.
And so lots of emotions going into the test today. And I'll talk about high stakes exams generally.
Yes.
This is one example of a high stakes test. And so there'll be positive emotions. So coming out of the exam, for example, there may be relief. Actually, there'll probably be relief. There may be some pride, there may be some satisfaction, there may be some excitement, where they may have felt they did a little better than expected. There may be negative emotions, there may be some disappointment, there may be some fear of, failure coming up with the results. There may be a regret. I wish I'd done a little more study. And so there's negatives, and there's also some uncertain emotions. What next? How will I do? Feeling a little lost. This thing has just dominated one's life for so long, and now it's over. So there's all these things. I hasten to add, though, that these emotions will not last forever, and I say that especially in relation to the negative emotions and the lost or empty feeling. They won't last forever, but so understand, though, that may be one reaction coming out of the exam.
I see. Thanks for going over the plethora of emotions that these test takers may be feeling after the exam. And so many of the test takers, they're going to feel real anxious waiting for the results. So what are some healthy ways to manage that stress? Because, after the test is taken, it's done. All they can do is wait.
Yeah, that's right. And so we're talking about anticipatory anxiety. We're talking about sort of future forecasting, and so the best advice I can give is to keep yourself in the moment as much as you can. There's probably quite a few things that were put on hold as you were preparing for the exam.
Right.
Hanging out with friends, leisure, reading, a little bit of e-gaming, and just getting fit, staying healthy. And so now's the time you can actually turn to these things. So that's a nice way to stay in the present moment.
Right.
The other thing I talk to students about if they're worried about an upcoming result is to let them know that the best time to deal with that is when the result comes along. And so the best way to deal with the future is to deal with the now. And tell them when the result comes, you'll be in a much stronger position. There'll be clarity, and you will then be able to plan for next steps.
Yes. What great words of advice. Even so, though, some students or test takers, they might feel kind of very just not confident because they're constantly comparing themselves to their peers and sometimes even their parents. They're guilty of this too, like comparing, your own child to your neighbor's child, etc. So how can students and also parents kind of maintain perspective and also stay confident while they're in that kind of limbo period, while they're waiting for results and deciding where they're going to apply to based on those results?
Yeah, and a lot of this is very typical and emblematic of competitive school systems.
Yes.
School systems and events where comparisons and relative performance are emphasised. We've done quite a bit of research in this area, and we find the best way to deal with these highly competitive situations is to adopt what we call a personal best approach to exams, but a PB approach to your life.
Yes.
And so our research suggests that the best person to compare yourself with is yourself. And so you retain the energising properties of competition, but you're competing with yourself more than with others. And so trying to do a bit better, trying a little harder than you did before. What more can we ask of someone than to strive to improve on themselves? And if you commit to that over time,
yes,
your life is on what we call positive trajectory. And we also find that those students that have more of a PB approach to their academic life and life more generally, they tend to be more motivated, more engaged, mental health seems to come along for the ride as well. So PBs capture a lot of these dynamics and put students in a better place. So even though, yes, it is a highly competitive system students need to function in, those that sort of sit in a microcosm of a PB approach seem to fare a little better.
I see. And you mentioned a term that I want to kind of hone in on right now, mental health, because as I explained earlier, this test is just literally once a year. So if the students or test takers don't do well, they have to wait another full year to take the test over again. And unfortunately, here in Korea, we do have a high rate of suicide, and we definitely don't want test takers to have extreme thoughts, ideations of suicide, or anything that negative after they come out, emerge from their test site. So how can students kind of rebuild confidence if they're feeling really low, having to the point where they have mental health issues?
Well, the top line advice is if you are worried in respect to what you've been talking about, reach out to a professional, talk to your parents, connect to people that can help you.
Yes.
That's the first thing. But alongside that, I'd ask students, are you being fair on yourself? If you've tried hard, if you've given your best, then give yourself credit where credit is due.
Okay.
The attributes that the effort and the strategies and the preparation, those are attributes that are also helpful well beyond the exam. And so if you've developed those attributes, leaving the exam result aside for a moment, if you've developed those attributes, they will serve you well. Another way of being fair to yourself, are you setting yourself up for disappointment? Are you holding yourself to unreasonably high standards? And if you are, you're not being fair on yourself. So cut yourself some slack and give yourself a bit of a break if that's the case.
Yes.
The other one I like to remind students about is that the exam result, of course the exam's important.
Yes.
I'm not diminishing that, but it's important for a reason that most people don't consider. The exam result is important because it determines your next step. It determines the starting point of a journey.
Yes.
It is not life determining. It does not predict what we say 100% of the variance of your life. And so for some students, they will get the result they want. They will be in the front door of the course they want. And good on them, and good luck to them. For other students, they may need to take a different path to the thing that ultimately they want to strive towards.
Yes.
And so we talk about exam results being more journey defining than destination defining.
Yes.
And so remember that. It determines your next steps. And your next steps, you will deal with that when that comes. And the final thing I'll say in relation to students is don't tie your exam performance to your worth as a person. Your exam performance reflects on your study strategies, the amount of effort you put in. It does not make you a fundamentally better human being because you get a top result or a poor result.
True.
It reflects on your academic application, not your fundamental worth as a human being.
Yes.
And so try and separate those, and then you won't be so vulnerable from a mental health perspective.
Yes. And as we wrap up today, our final question is this. For the people who are not the test takers, whether it be parents or guardians, siblings, friends, acquaintances, etc., how can we best support the test takers during this post-exam period without, adding additional pressure because they have enough of their own, they have enough on their plate. So how can we be conducive to making sure that our students and test takers are okay during this period?
Yeah, 4 quick tips on this one.
Okay.
Remind the students to stay in the moment. Encourage them to get connected with friends, do a bit of exercise, see a movie, stay in the moment while you're awaiting the results. The second is keep perspective. Remember, exam results shape next steps, not an entire life. The third is be clear to your son and daughter that they are valued as a son and daughter regardless of their exam result. Of course, parents may be disappointed, but let them know their son and daughter are still valued, whatever that result is.
Yes.
And the final thing is, and you touched on it earlier, is parents need to remember not to tie their own worth and wrap their own worth into their child's results, because this places more pressure on a student and is unnecessary. So those are my 4 tips for this.
Such great tips on a day like this. So thank you so much for joining us as we, wait with bated breath for the entirety of the day. Thanks, Professor, for joining us today.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
This was Professor Andrew Martin, and he gave us some really good information and great tips as well. Just to recap real quick, to stay in the moment, also to keep perspective that this is, just going on to your next steps. Thirdly, to make sure that you don't equate value to the test itself for your child. And also, don't measure your worth with your children as well. You are not your child. Definitely. So I will try to live by those words as well. In the meantime, let's get to this song, 달리기 by SES.
할 수 없죠 어차피
All right, everybody, welcome back. I was reading through your messages, and yes, the parents on here, like counting down the minutes to the next exam. And I also saw William on the board, and William is very American. However, he went to the trouble of translating and writing this message in Korean. So he wrote, CSAT 시험 응시자 여러분, 결과에 상관없이 우리는 여러분의 오늘과 내일을 모두 응원합니다. Wow, so that's such a lovely message. Basically, he's saying to all the test takers today, the 수능 takers, that regardless of the results, we, meaning everybody out here, we are rooting for you and we support your today and tomorrow, the present and the future. And I have to say, I've never seen my producer like cry throughout the entirety of two programs. 2 hours, right, of the program. But like, since the opening, I know Vasana's staring at her like, what's wrong with her? 아니, PD님, 제가 고3너 엄마거든요. 근데 she's crying like, you know, she birthed a 수능 taker. So anyhow, let's get to Vasana. Look at that look, Vasana. If you're on our no-to page, you got to check out Vasana's look of perplexity. Perplexity. I'm at a loss for words.
That's a good AI program too, by the way. Yeah, it's because I'm not Korean. I wasn't brought up in Korea, so I don't understand the perplexity.
It's just an like consuming test that like, you know, everybody like works toward that goal. And, you know, that's the thing. Like, can I be honest here?
Yes.
Our
Yes,
producer didn't even take the Neither did I. Neither did Haley. We took the SAT. But the SAT you can take again. You don't have to. Can you look at me, Vasana? Stop looking.
Why is she crying then?
Because like she feels it though. She feels for them.
울지 마라.
She feels
울지
for them.
마라. 울지 말아요.
Yes, yes.
I'll keep my day job, not sing.
Right. So we're trying to laugh because I know out of nervousness, like all the parents out there, they're like praying and like it's so serious. So anyhow, any words of encouragement for the test takers? They're already in, and you know they're taking the test already. So
Yeah. But take the exam, do your best, but whatever result comes,
yes,
don't be discouraged. As what was it, William?
William and a professor.
Whoever sent it.
Yes.
Don't whatever results come, don't be depressed with the results, whether they're excellent or whether they're terrible. It's not the end of your life.
Right, and like it doesn't make you who you are.
And I'll give you one example.
Yes, please do.
I know one person. I went and taught. I taught at a I think we call it a polytech in New Zealand. What do you call it here? Like a 정보대학교.
정보대학교. Are you talking about like a tech vocational or like a 2-year college?
2-year college.
Yes.
I taught at a 2-year college for about 11 years.
Yes.
And I know 2 students, one of whom I taught for 1 year, and then he got transferred to Seoul National University.
Wow.
And then I met him, I think I said this story 2 months ago. I just met him by chance in a bar. And he had, this is 10 years later, and he said, what have you been doing? He said, I've just come back from America, and I've graduated from Johns Hopkins University.
Oh, really? Wow. So you just don't know.
And I almost cried.
Aww. Oh, yeah, vocational school like 전문대.
Because he didn't have a good 수능 score.
Exactly.
He had a terrible
But you know
score.
what the thing is, though? It's like a measure of your test abilities as well. Some people are just not good
terrible
test
at
takers.
exams.
Exactly, but they could be smart. So.
Even at my university that I teach in,
yes,
some students are excellent at speaking English.
Yes.
And then we just had our midterm tests 2 weeks ago, and one of the students was going, what has happened?
Exactly, and vice versa, right?
So I called him and said, do you not like exams? He said, I'm sorry, I don't like exams.
But which takes us to
which takes us to
our segment today.
Yes, which I'm going to call Mega.
네.
Mega. Copy
MEGA.
MEGA is supposed to mother.
So what does it stand for?
Make
Mega.
Make English great again.
A play on
A play on obviously what's happening in America. So I have gone, unlike all the other programs that we've done, we've gone and looked for popular words.
Right.
I've gone and looked for some words that have disappeared from the English language for one reason or another.
Okay.
Mostly through lack of use, and some people have basically through lack of print.
Sure.
Anyway, so so a lot of that has to do with being involved with ESL. I've been involved in ESL, and in Korea there are a lot of words that aren't in English. So I thought I'd try and introduce them. So the first one I thought of, because there's a word for it in Korean and lots of other languages, especially in Asia, but not in English.
Okay.
And the Korean word is 모래, not to be confused with 모래.
Like the sand 모래.
Like sand 모래.
But we're talking about like the day after tomorrow.
The day after tomorrow. So in English, as you just said, the day after tomorrow
is 모래.
Yeah. There used to be a word for it in English.
Really?
Yes.
What was it?
Overmorrow.
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 Why are we?
Yeah, so
why is it not in the dictionary?
Exactly. Why do we not use it? Why has it disappeared?
I like it.
Yeah, overmorrow. So we have tomorrow
and overmorrow.
Overmorrow.
I love it.
Yeah.
Let's put it back.
So it's very easy. Tomorrow, overmorrow.
I like it.
And then you can go overmorrow.
Is that how it goes?
No, but
okay.
Yeah.
In theory.
In theory.
Yes.
So 내일 모레.
And then like the day after tomorrow is so long.
Yeah, it is. So my students are always saying, 모레 어떻게 해요? I'm going, the day after tomorrow.
I know.
Oh, 귀찮아.
I hate teaching that too. Yes, it's so long.
So I just say the day. Just say Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Today's Thursday, so let's say we're meeting up Saturday. We'll say, let's meet overmorrow. I love it.
Yeah.
Let's bring it back.
Yes, which brings me to the opposite of that.
Okay.
So in Korean, the day before yesterday, we say 그저께.
Oh my God. Did you see the look of panic?
You speak the Korean. 한국말 잘해요.
Our assistant producer, she's like whispering. 그저께. You know why I pause though?
No, I don't.
Because some of my students, like I always ask them. No, they say 엊그저께.
What?
Is that like I don't know if that's like slang or 사투리 or 표준말 아닌 것 같아서. So that's why I paused a little.
엊그저께?
Oh, I've heard that a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
I think it's
Maybe our listeners can confirm that or not.
Yes, I don't know.
Maybe it's just your hearing.
Yes. No. I've heard that. Yes.
So in English, the word that has disappeared is Ereyesterday.
Ereyesterday.
So the day before yesterday. Ear, which is here yesterday. So Ereyesterday. So overmorrow, Ereyesterday.
Ereyesterday. Oh, that doesn't really flow off the tongue.
No, not as good as overmorrow.
Overmorrow is good enough. I'll take one of the two. Yes.
So yesterday, today, tomorrow. Those are the words that have stayed in the language.
Okay.
And then yesterday and overmorrow. So, but language, like fashion, changes. And we decided to wear longer, clumsier phrases instead, like the day after tomorrow, the day before tomorrow, and the 2 days before yesterday, etc., etc.
Oh, so we have clarification from our assistant producer.
Yep.
그저께 사전에 있는 말이고요. It means 2, 3일 전 또는 며칠 전. So it's technically not like yesterday.
A few days ago.
Yeah, it's a few days ago. 그저께. So
okay.
Now we know. We have better information. Yes.
Okay. So those are the easy ones because of the Korean language. There's easy words for it. So I thought I'd dig deeper, dive down into the rabbit hole.
Okay.
With my terrible accent. So let's go into some more stranger words that have disappeared. And let's see if our listeners like or not like these words. So I think... I was going to say for sure or for shizzle, my nizzle.
No.
Or you can either say for sure or computer says no to these words. Okay, so the first one. Forswunk.
Is that a bad word? What does that mean?
No, it's not a swear word.
What does it mean?
Forswunk.
What is forswunk? And let's spell it for our listeners.
F-O-R, for, and then swunk. Swunk. S-W-U-N-K.
Okay, what does forswunk mean?
It means utterly exhausted from work.
Oh.
So perfect word for a Monday.
I like.
Which brings me to one of my Ajay gags, Ajay jokes.
What is it?
Monday.
We needed like a sound effect, like a solongan, like wah 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 for the Ajay joke for this Thursday morning.
So I'm forswunk sounds more poetic than I'm burnt out.
Yes, forswunk. Okay, I can get behind that
forswunk.
one.
How do you
What
feel?
else?
I'm forswunk. Next one, Brabble.
Not babble.
Not babble.
Not argue. Brabble.
Brabble.
B-R-A-B-B-L-E.
So it's similar. So babble means to just go on about.
To talk a lot.
Talk a lot about.
Yeah, go on and on about something.
About something.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So brabble means to argue about little things. So this happens all the time.
I do this all the time with my roommate.
So brabbling. Stop brabbling.
I like it. Brabble.
Yeah. So not
Don't
babble.
brabble with me.
No, stop brabbling.
Like it.
What's wrong with my hair? Your hair's terrible. No. Why are you wearing purple today? What? What's wrong with purple?
Why are you such an Ajay? Let's brabble. Okay.
Okay, next one. Yonderly. Yonderly.
Yonderly.
Yeah, this is a very poetic word. I actually, I still use this word.
Because you're old. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, sorry. No, you're not old.
I am.
No, you're not.
Getting older. A quiet, lovely word that means mentally distant or old or melancholy.
Melancholy.
So when someone is sitting in a meeting
Okay.
Every day, but clearly thinking about something else. So you may be sitting in a meeting and your CEO is talking and you're just going, what's for lunch today?
Okay. So that person is Yonderly.
Yes.
Yonderly. Okay, that's Yonderly. Yonderly. Okay.
Next one, Ruth.
Oh.
So we have this word ruthless.
Ruthless, I know.
Yes.
Yes.
So the word Ruth has disappeared.
Oh, I've never thought of it.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
that was the root word of Ruth.
Yeah.
Ruthless means like cruel.
Yeah, without Ruth.
Yes.
Yes.
Without True. Without mercy, yes.
So if you have ruthless, which means cruel.
What is Ruth then?
So then with Ruth means
compassionate?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was guessing here, but
so why did Ruth disappear?
yeah, why did Ruth disappear?
Because I was going to say a joke then, but I won't.
Okay. Why did Ruth disappear?
No, I won't say it.
Okay.
So yes, it meant compassion or pity.
So the opposite is ruthless.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we lost the good half. We kept the bad one.
Why?
Yeah. So to be ruthful. And ruthless.
I like that, ruthful.
Yeah, ruthful.
Meaning
Ruth,
be kind,
ruthful,
be compassionate.
Ruthless. Yes, so
I like it.
I think we should bring that one back.
I like ruthful, and what was the other
Overmorrow.
one? Overmorrow. So far,
Yeah.
my favorites.
Okay, the
what
next
else?
one I often use, by the way. Fain.
Fain, but which
F-A-
Fain? Because there's like Fain with the F-E-I-G-N.
F-E-I-G-N,
This is
and
the
then
F-A-I-N. What does Fain mean?
F-A-I-N. It means gladly or willingly.
Okay.
And so, would you like to see me this weekend? I'd fain see you this weekend.
No, thank you. Thursday's enough.
Well, it's the fireworks.
Oh, that's true. This Saturday.
I probably won't see you because there will be 1 million people down there this weekend. So in modern English, we
Yes.
just say, I'd like to see you again.
Yes.
Fain.
Fain. I'd fain see you again.
So
That just doesn't roll off the tongue.
Unless you're a poetry major or somebody in English, majoring
Yes.
in English and want to write some poetry.
What's this next one?
Next one, Nesh.
Nesh.
And
N-E-S-H?
Yes. So I
What
think
does that
some
mean?
people in England still use this word. It means delicate, sensitive to cold or comfort. So if you can't handle the chill,
You're a bit Nesh.
so I am definitely a bit Nesh.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Nesh.
So this morning is definitely cold.
Yeah, it's chilly, but, you
Yeah.
know, not like whole cold, but chilly. Yeah.
So I'm too Nesh for coming out this morning. So it's a perfect mix of honesty and humor.
Yes.
So it's meant to be a little bit funny, but yeah.
Let's
the
do
last
one
one,
more. Yes.
Swink
What is swink?
means to work hard and to toil.
Oh.
To work hard. So it goes with Forswunk.
Yes. I've swinked all day. Is that how we...
Yes, correct.
Okay, the past...
Instead of being, I've been maybe not grinding. But
right. No. I've been toiling away at work.
I've been toiling
How about
away.
that one?
Yes.
Because we don't want to go there.
I've been at the grindstone, if we can say that.
Well, thank you so much for making English great again and giving us some words. But I do definitely vote for Overmorrow. I say let's bring that back.
And Ruthful. Let's be Ruthful.
Well, I hope you have a wonderful day today.
안녕하세요.
Okay. Bye, Vasana.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that was fake laughter. But today is a day once again. I guess the test takers are they're starting their Korean portion of the exam, or they're in part 2 at least. So all the test takers out there, we wish you the best of luck. And remember, after the exam, for those parents, guardians, friends, siblings, whomever, to be supportive. And remember, this test is not you. It's not you entirely. It's just one test. I know it's a major one, but yes, let's be positive. Souvenir Neem says, to the test takers, bravo your life. And that's what we're going to end it with. Bravo my life by 봄, 여름, 가을, 겨울. Have a good one. Good luck. Bye, everybody.
서투르게 살아왔던 후회로 가득한 지난 날 그리 좋진 않지만 그리 나쁜 것만도 아니었어 성향도 없는 저녁 내일 하루도 흐리겠지 힘든 일도 있지 드넓은 세상 살다 보면 하지만 앞으로 나가 내가 가는 곳이 길이다 Bravo my life 나의 인생아 지금껏 달려온 너의 용기를 위해 Bravo my life 나의 인생아 찬란한 우리의 미래를 위해 내일은 더 낫겠지 그런 작은 희망 하나로 사랑할 수 있다면 힘든 1년도 버틸 거야 일어나 앞으로 나가 네가 가는 곳이 길이다 Bravo my life 나의 인생아 지금껏 살아온 너의 용기를 위해 Bravo my life 나의 인생아 찬란한 우리의 미래를
English with
부산 아지매